So, an MP's COVID report has called the UK's pandemic response one of the worst public health failures in UK history. Notice how they call it a public health failure and not a governmental failure. Shift all the blame onto the plebs in the National Health Service. I know we've spent well over a decade dismantling the NHS and starving it of resources, but really the pleb doctors and nurses could have tried just a little bit harder. No more claps for them. Although really, Henry, this report is quite serious and could result in BJ having to resign as PM and possibly face criminal charges. Of course it couldn't. There'll be no consequences whatsoever. The only consequence for BJ is that he'll probably see his popularity rise in the polls. Again. Well, the plebs love being culled, don't they, Henry? The higher BJ lets the bodies pile, the higher his popularity rises. History will see the culling of the plebs to be a political masterstroke from our BJ. Although the report was slightly critical of BJ's government, so publicly we'll have to be seen to take this report very seriously. So we'll troll out some ministers on TV to say lessons must be learned, and that'll be the end of it. Oh, did you see former Health Secretary Jeremy Hunt? He said that our pandemic response was a game of two halves. Outrageous! How dare he? We did not treat the pandemic as a game. We saw the pandemic as a very serious business opportunity to line the pockets of our chums. Lessons will be learned, Henry. Lessons have been learned. We've learned that we can get away with murder whilst lining the pockets of our chums and donors and still get voted back into government at the next election. Anyway, Henry Mustache, I'll see you at the club later and we'll murder a bottle or 12 of dry vine. Okay, see you later. Ta-ta, Henry. Ta-ta, 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 ta-ta.